Retro Gamers and Harper here from Retrogamescollector.com with a quick pickups video. I wasn't going to do a pickups video. I was going to get on with a few other videos that I got planned, but my floor is full of pickups at the moment. I could do with getting them out of the way, get a bit of room on the in the old man cave. So I'll just show you these, get them out of the way, can go back onto shelves or wherever they've got to go, and I can crack on with my other videos then. Usual fare, well, some of it's usual fare. I've got ZX81 stuff to show you. I've got Atari stuff, and some odds and ends as well, a bit more unusual. I'll start off with the more unusual things, stuff I don't normally talk about on the channel because I'm not massively into Commodore, although I have got all the machines. A Commodore Plus 4. Now I have had several of these over the years. In fact, I think I've had about 5 of them. Only one of those worked, which I sold a while ago. It wasn't in the best of conditions. All the others all had the usual fault on them. Basically the case design on these was quite awful. There's not a lot of room for the board to breathe in these, not a lot of ventilation space, so the chips tend to fry themselves, and basically I couldn't get the chips to replace them. I think, well, out of the 5 I had, I've had 1 that worked and the other 4 were DOA, so yeah, dead on arrival. So and I never got them to work, so I was almost giving up on these things at one stage, but I was offered this one by a friend, Jamie Murray, not very long ago, and it wasn't a bad price. We did a swap in the end for it, but it's in great condition, which is what really attracted me to it. The keys are white. These tend to, they don't just yellow, these brown normally. They are, the ones I've had in the past have been awful. The keys have gone like sort of horrible grey brown colour. These are nice and white. It's a really nice example actually, so I'm very pleased to have that. It came with the obligatory C16 dataset, so those will re-enter the collection now. So now I've got a full set of Commodore hardware, or at least the common Commodore hardware, back in the collection. I am Oric. I've got an Oric 1 and an Oric Atmos. This is the Oric 1 that I had, 48K. Very temperamental, works when it wants to, basically, this thing. So I was on the lookout for, and I can't fix it, I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. So I was on the lookout for an Oric that basically just works. So I can use my Erebus SD card solution with it, and play Space 1999 amongst other things. And the same chap, Jamie Murray, had this for sale. And again, this was a swap. I'm not buying anything that isn't Atari or Sinclair at the moment, trying to save my money for house projects. The box is well battered. The well, the sort of sleeve is well battered. The polys are in good condition, and the Oric itself is in good condition. But upon receipt of this, which is also a 48K, I did notice that there were some differences between the two. So first up, I mean, there's an obvious difference. The one badge is in colour and the one badge is in black and white, and the case mouldings are slightly different as well. Now it's not immediately apparent what the difference is, but if you look carefully on this one, the 2 blue lines are printed on the top of the case, and there's no indent there at all. It's just flat with 2 blue lines printed there. Whether you can see that, the light shining right. Yeah, those are just printed straight onto the case. On the new one, or on the one that I've got now, the latest acquisition, those 2 blue lines are on a sticker which is in a recess on the case, which means there is a different case moulding. So variant alert, 2 different Orics, 2 different badges, 2 different case mouldings, and I haven't opened them up to see if there's any difference on the boards, but they're both 48Ks. So I'd be interested to know if any of you know what the differences are between these. One's obviously a later model than the other, because they have made some, you know, some serious differences. I mean, to make a different case moulding is a big enough thing. But I would imagine that there is some sort of update in interior wise too. I have looked over the case and I can't see any other differences, just that top section. But yeah, variants, keep finding them, don't we? So that's a nice thing for the collector. At least I've got an Oric now that I can just rely on to actually work when I want it to. Right, board games. Not something I normally bang on about on this site, on this channel, but it is something I do collect. This is my latest acquisition, full set, totally complete Turbo, which is an MB arcade board game. They did make many. These are my others that I've got in my collection. So there's Frogger, Berserk, Defender, Centipede and Zaxxon. So that was a nice thing to finally get hold of. I do need the most common actually out of that set of arcade board games, which is Pac-Man. For some reason a good one has always eluded me, although I've seen lots and lots of car boots, they've never been complete. And that's the sort of thing that if I'm going to buy it, I want a complete version. I don't want to be searching around for bits for it afterwards. ZX81. No, actually, we'll do ColecoVision first. Something else I don't normally look out for, but these popped up, and these are cartridges that I like to add to the collection. I do like cartridge-based games, so I've got Carnival. And for me, the ColecoVision was the king of the arcade ports. Cosmic Avenger, which that one's a bit more unusual. I don't see that very often. Frenzy, and Donkey Kong Jr. Now they're not in the greatest of condition. These the labels are a bit rubbed. That one, the label's peeling off on the top there, but they all work. And yeah, nice little addition to my collection. ZX81. Yet again, good old Chronosoft come up with the goods. Dominatrix by Bob Stuff. That's like a Tetris game. Contrary to what it looks like on the front, which is a Dominoes. Now I think I may have opened another sort of tunnel from my from the big rabbit hole that I've gone down with ZX81 games. Yeah, this tunnel is foreign variants of titles that I've already got. So this one's a French version of the I think it's Education one. No, it isn't. No, the games, aren't they? Yeah, Games 1, I think that is. That's the French version of Games 1. So yet another tunnel in my rabbit hole, my eternal, ever branching rabbit hole. That is the ZX81 collection. I don't know when that's ever going to finish. Investronica, yet another branch. So these three here are basically Investronica versions of the Black Label ZX81 titles. You know, the ones with the with the red lines on and the blue writing. These are the Investronica versions. So we have got, don't know, looks like a maths one. Games. Another games. So I'll have to match those up, find out which ones they correspond with. But yeah, those came up on eBay and I got them for a song. To be honest, I didn't pay a lot for those, so very pleased to get those. Sorry, Will, beat you to them. Little bit of software for the ZX81. Just a diddy little RAM pack called the ROM interface. I've yet to really look into that, but basically it's like a mini, oh, nearly dropped it, like a mini 16K RAM pack, but without the wobble, because obviously it's that small. There's nothing to wobble really on that. It just sits on the back of the ZX81. I'm not going to do it because I've got to take my other RAM pack off, but I've got to take the ZX Band off, sorry. But yeah, apparently this was done at a meet they had over in, I think it was Germany maybe, ZX81 meetup, and they designed this and produced it. So it'll be, I haven't actually used it yet, so I should be using that shortly. Probably post about it on Facebook or wherever when I do. I do like that because it's so small. And that came in its own little box. No instructions there, so I don't really know a lot about it. I've got to look those up. 3DO, something I don't get much for. Saw this on eBay, Starblade. It's my type of game. It's like a polygon 3D space shooter. So that looks quite good. Once I've got, I want to do a few things with these two Einsteins, as you know, as I told you about in the last video. Once that's done, I shall move on. I shall get the 3DO out and I shall have a game on that. So that looks good. Now I've got a PS Vita, as people would have seen in a previous video of mine. I recently got a PS Vita. And I've got no games whatsoever for it, and this popped up. Charity shop buy this was. Don't see PS Vita games in charity shops very often, but yeah, Mortal Kombat, which is a great. I've got to say, I do love these little PS Vita cased games. I'll try and get a collection of these going, but they are quite expensive now. With all the talk of them stopping the online store, Sony, I think everybody's gone out and started buying these, and consequently the prices have gone sky high. Yeah, you're talking 30-40 quid for this on eBay. Balmy. But yeah, a nice little thing to have. And I'll move on to my favourite things of the entire collection, I mean of the entire pickups this month. Although some great stuff there, I can never top buying Atari games, especially box ones. And these were all off eBay as well, and these were all really good buys. I've had a really good month on eBay. Fishing Derby. These are Activision games. You can tell by the smaller boxes. Skiing. These are all complete with manuals. I don't tend to buy the box games unless they're complete now. Grand Prix, or unless I know I've got the instructions separately. Grand Prix, which is nice. And ice hockey. Now we're on to the official Atari games now. Video chess. Again, I mean, there was about 4 of these came in box protectors, and they were cheap enough anyway, to be honest. And the fact that they came with box protectors as well, which you basically pay £1 for anyway. I didn't think these were bad, a really bad buy at all. In fact, a cracking buy. I bought these in about 3 lots of 4, and I don't think I paid more than about £5 each for the box games. So really good buys these. So there's video chess. Some of these replace ones that I already had that were rattier boxes, basically. Indy 500. Miniature golf. That's a nice box, really nice condition, that one. Night Driver. Again, really nice box. That one replaces one that I already had, which was a bit ratty. Code Breaker, not a great box, but still better than the box I already had, which was really bad. Outlaw. It's still got its original Toys R Us sticker on the top there. It was £1.97. So it must have been after the NES came out, maybe, and the Master System. They were still selling these. Price reduced to £1.97. I know they weren't £1.97 when they first came out, when they were 40 quid. They're quite expensive. Video Olympics. Again, nice box on that one. Championship Soccer. Dodge 'em. Again, all of these come with instructions. Basketball. And video pinball. Yeah, all of them come with instructions. All the boxes are better than the ones I got. I think I've replaced about 4 or 5 that I already had with that sort of, how many's there? 3, 4, 3, 4. There's about 12 there. So yeah, I've replaced about 3 or 4 of the original ones. I haven't got any of these, so these are new. I've got less boxed Activision games than I have original ones. I'm getting quite the rainbow now in my room, which I'm trying to get the full set and arrange them in rainbow order as opposed to chronological or CX number order. I think they look better in rainbow order. I know a lot of Atari fans disagree with that, and they'd rather have them in CX number order or in chronological order of release, but I prefer them in rainbow order. They just look really cool on display. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notifications button if you want to see more from me, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.